Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Gonna do a really out there version of another Blade Runner video going from the original film toward 2049. And this time I want to talk about whiskey comparison. Now, this I've shown before is the Johnnie Walker Black Label Director's Cut made for the 2049 release. And I've got a bottle in here, which I have shown off. It's really cool. It comes with a little scenes from the film. Can you make that out? Probably not. And here is the bottle itself. Looks really nice. Looks like it's from the film. I mean, Harrison Ford actually holds this bottle in the movie when he's talking to Ryan Gosling's character. And this was a limited edition version of Johnnie Walker that was released for the film. I don't actually have the whiskey in here. This is a used secondhand bottle I got on eBay, and I have filled it with bog standard usual Johnnie Walker Black Label, and I have enjoyed it many times. Usually you see me drinking out of my 1981 version of the film Johnnie Walker Black Label bottle, but I do have this 2049 bottle with good old standard Johnnie Walker inside there. I would love one day if I could ever possibly try the limited release that came in this box. This version of 2049 whiskey, it would be a really interesting thing to try out. Not that I am in any way an aficionado when it comes to whiskey, but as a Blade Runner fan, you'd like to be able to try this limited edition, or, what originally came in this bottle. And unfortunately, I missed that opportunity, and I'm very sad about that. However, I did watch quite a few reviews online in YouTube of various people trying out what originally came in this bottle. And big shout out goes to the Whiskey Tribe. They are the second largest whiskey YouTube channel out there, so I certainly don't need to give them a shout out. But Daniel and Rex, who run that show, they were actually sent a bottle of the Johnnie Walker Director's Cut. And they were asked, what do you think about it as professional whiskey tasters? I mean, Daniel's an actual, by career, whiskey sommelier, so he knows his stuff. And people asked him, okay, what do you think of the Johnnie Walker Black Label Director's Cut limited edition stuff that was sent for the film? And what he said in his review stood out to me when I saw it many years ago. He said, you know what? It's practically Johnnie Walker Double Black. So what I'm going to do then is, since I can't have the actual limited edition Director's Cut Johnnie Walker, I'm going to try some Double Black and just see, since this is inside here standard Johnnie Walker Black Label, what do I notice as a difference between it and Double Black? And maybe that will at least simulate for me what originally came in this bottle, because there's no way in heck, unless I stumble across something or I'm a completely lucky person, I'm never going to get my actual taste buds on the real McCoy of what came in here. So let's try some Double Black as a comparison, since since Daniel said it's essentially Double Black. I think he said it's Double Black with a little bit of the water removed. Anyway, let's open it up. I'm very curious. There we go. Very nice bottle. It's got the standard on a tilt labeling. It has a royal standard on here, or what do they call it? Is that the warrant? What's that thing called? Yes, it's been labeled as the royal family, or the Queen specifically, likes it. Unfortunately, as of this filming, the Queen has passed away, and I wonder if King Charles will be giving it his warrant, possibly. But at the time that I got this bottle, yes, it was still the Queen's warrant on here. Double Black. So let's see what this tastes like compared to standard variety Johnnie Walker Black Label. And that way I will, at least in some way, imagine in my mind what originally came in this bottle. Now, to pour this stuff out, I could use the square Chibi Bicchieri glass that is from the original film, but it's kind of misplaced in this one. And also, I don't have two of them, so what I'm going to do is put Black Label into a normal glass and Double Black into a normal glass so that I can compare them. So let's start off with some regular Johnnie Walker Black Label in here. Nice little sample. And we'll open up the Double Black. You can get a similar amount. There we go. And let's see what we got. Okay, so standard Black Label. Let's give it a little sniff and a sample. Okay, so I'm getting whiffs of caramel and orange peel and shortbread cookie kind of thing there. Double Black in comparison just on the nose. Okay, this one has more smoke. In fact, it's almost like somebody took a match to this stuff a little bit. At least on the nose, that's true. I'll tell you one thing, though. When I'm going to be trying this, the square glass will serve a purpose. We'll put the water in there to cleanse the palate. Okay, so let's try standard Johnnie Walker Black Label. I know it very well. All right. Yep, very nice. That's the classic. Good stuff. Brings the taste buds alive. Love Black Label. It's got a certain amount of smoke to it, of course. A little bit of oil. It does very, very well. Let's slightly cleanse the palate. Okay. And now, in comparison, this I'm expecting to have a little bit even more smoke than Black Label. It's going to sound weird for a booze or for a liquid, but it's chewier, if that makes sense. It kind of, it stays in the mouth a little bit more than good old Black Label. There's more of a punch to it. It's very similar in flavor. I do feel Double Black is very close to Black Label. I mean, it's named very well, Double Black. It does have kind of twice the presence that standard Black Label has. Black Label, much as I love it, it does sort of vacate the taste buds very quickly, but this stuff... Ooh, you know what's a good analogy to my untrained sort of palate? If Black Label is a standard hot dog, standard hamburger, Double Black is like a Big Mac. As far as like, there's more to it, there's more in it, it's a beefier experience. Yeah, oh, it's really, I'm noticing it now that it's been with me for a while. So that is a more robust, a more flavorful, similar experience to Black Label. This is Black Label times 2. It is Double Black. That's a very good name for it. Let's have another go. It's not noticeable right off the bat. It takes a moment for, I think with standard Black Label, I'm expecting it to leave somewhat expectedly on time, whereas Double Black is kind of staying around for longer. It's saying, no, I don't need to leave just yet. It's very nice, but it is very, very similar. So if that's what this original stuff is basically, now, again, in Whiskey Tribe, they say, take this, and they mention taking the water out. It's got even more of a punch than this. And I can see... Like, is that chill filter? What's the thing? I know ice beer used to be a thing where they would use ice and pull that out of beer to make it a stronger beer. Is that what chill filtering is? Is that what the Double Black is already? I don't know, because they mentioned that director's cut, what came originally in this bottle, was essentially this guy with that same treatment. So, I guess... Black Label, actual, like what's in here, standard old Black Label, if you multiplied it by 2, you get Double Black. And I guess according to Rex and Daniel, what originally came in this bottle, the director's cut version, was that, again, times 2. So 4 times? Yeah, it would be interesting. If I'm ever in some, I don't know, swanky place that has all kinds of whiskeys, and maybe if they have it on the shelf, I might ask them, oh, please, let me have a shot of the director's cut. Because as a Blade Runner fan, I'd love to try it out. But I guess, yeah, Double Black is going to be my way to simulate it. And I'll just rapidly try regular old bog standard Black Label. That's the good stuff. And then, well, okay, there's barely any left in there. Let's just give myself a sufficient taster of Double Black, just so that I can once again revisit what the heck is the difference. Because I need to know, as a Blade Runner fan, I need to know if Double Black is to standard Black Label what limited edition, or, director's cut is to Double Black. At least I'll have a rough hint of what I'm missing out on, since I don't actually have the glass. Regular old Black Label, I've got a good sense of it now. Double Black, in comparison. Oh yes, 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 yes. Beefier. I don't even know a better way to describe it. Chewier. There's, I guess in a way, okay, going back to the hamburger example, it's like if you have a McDonald's hamburger, you're eating something. But if you go to somewhere a little more fancy schmancy and have an elevated restaurant experience hamburger, that is the way I would describe Double Black compared to standard Black Label. So now at least, through this, I have a rough, vague idea, a hint of what originally came in this bottle. So as a Blade Runner fan, I'm kind of glad at least I've got something, some touchstone with which to compare, and now I know sort of what Johnnie Walker was doing with the release of the film. I'm very happy to have the bottle. I mean, it looks great, and now I've got a nice way to carry around some Black Label I can always offer to people, like the one I have in the original film bottle. But, yeah, Double Black, I quite like it. It is a more robust, more present, deluxe version, if you will, of standard Black Label. Okay, well, there we go. There is a combo whiskey tasting, also Blade Runner video. And I've got another one in mind to kind of bridge the gap between the original film and 2049 before we talk about 2049. Until that time, I will say we'll see you down the rabbit hole.